All right, front axle is back on there. Got new wheel bearings and that hub on. All new lug bolts. All new bolts for the axle. All new grease zerks. This is the front pin. See how worn out that was. Just had to touch up a little bit here from sliding the axle in to 30 inches. Got the spindles all shimmed correctly. I'd have this hub on, but in the bearing kit, Shoop mismatched one bearing and gave me the right race and the wrong bearing. So that kind of sucks. Putting glass back in that little door. Mrs. G has this hood laser straight. She spent a whole lot of time filling and sanding, and then I sprayed it with 2K urethane, and she just finished block sanding it. Steiger hood's painted and cleared. Look at that. Got the new side emblems put on it, got it buffed. That's gonna look pretty darn nice when it's done. Mrs. G is out here wire wheeling the rear wheel weights. It's proper attire for wire wheeling, right? We're just talking about how you're dressed appropriately for wire wheeling.
Was my ass hanging out?
I hope so. All right, got the first rear rim and tire mounted on here. Mrs. G just helped me get all the wedges in. If you want to test your marriage, do that job together. But this one is the first time that we didn't break into swearing and yelling the entire time. It actually went pretty good. When you do these wedges, when you tighten them up, you got to go and crisscross slowly to suck the rim out. Otherwise, the tire will wobble going down the road. So once I snug them all up, I take a wood block and put it up against the tread, and then I'll spin the tire and see if it goes in or pushes the block out, and then you have to loosen up whichever way it needs to go and tighten the other half. But if you watch the whole series on this, you'll know that when I took these casts off, I had to beat on that axle for a couple hours with a sledgehammer. I ended up breaking the one wedge on each side, and I snapped off the pusher bolts. But the way Deere intended this to work, to change wheel spacing, is to be able to just do it like that. Slides it in. On that train track, there's a gear in here, or you slide it out depending on where you want your spacing. So I'm going on 30-inch rows, so it'll literally be to where you can just get your hand between here to hit 30-inch rows. But the lighting's not very good here, but this plug goes right there. Take it out and put a big grease fitting in there. I'm gonna grease this. That's your wheel bearing. I'm gonna grease it, put the plug back in before I suck this all the way in. I put the plugs back in because you don't want to over grease that. You know, a lot of people see a grease zerk, so they just pump it full every time they walk by. It'll blow the seal out. So got one on, and in the last video, so in the last video I showed this tire had been changed out in the yard and it was packed full of gravel. They sent the road guy back. I felt bad for him. You know, he apologized up and down and said, you know, that was just negligence on his part and blah, blah, blah. I totally respected, you know, how he went about it. But he dismounted it, got the gravel out, remounted it. And I feel pretty bad for the phone call that I have to make next. But it's completely flat. I aired it up. He obviously pinched the tube. It goes flat in about 5 minutes. So I guess maybe the third time's the charm. Well, making more progress. Charging her up with Freon right now. I made up all new battery cables, and I put two 12-volt batteries in it instead of the two 6s hooked in series. They start a lot better that way. But check that out. Oh yeah. We'll pick up decals for it this afternoon. She's getting real close. Well, the tire situation is finally taken care of. Yesterday, after I charged the AC and they came and fixed the tire, I backed it, started it up. It's the first time it's run all summer. It fired right up, but started it up and backed it out. Still got to bolt them together. Set the front weights on it. But it just never fails. I had all the side panels and everything on. I pulled it back in here and it started dripping fuel on the ground. It's coming from right up there on this return line. This one. And it's leaking. There's like a P-clip that holds it to the tank. And I had that off when I took the radiator out of it. I didn't notice, but that line must have been worn underneath that clamp. And it's just enough from me disturbing it that now it's freaking leaking diesel down the side of the radiator. I ordered a new line, but now I'm gonna have to pop the hood back up and try not to scratch anything. I hate it when that crap happens right after you paint something, but got my decals to put on. I got them, picked them up yesterday. Put new windshield wiper blades on. I ended up ordering a new digital radio. What else did I order? It just never ends. This drawbar I realized is pretty worn out. I ordered a new drawbar. These were the original headlights. This one's burning out. Sometimes it decides, I check the ground, it's just the filament in there is going bad. Which figures, I put 4 new lights on the back and decided to reuse the front ones, so got to deal with that. And what else? Yesterday I got all the rear wheel weights painted. It only had 4 on it, but I had 4 more sitting out back. I'm not sure if I'm going to put all 8 on there, but I painted all 8 of them. Door, I'm putting glass back in it. Put this glass in, finished putting that in, put the new door handle in. I've got new pins, bushings, so it's getting pretty darn close to being done now. Well, me and Mr. Wyatt here just got the decals on. Really makes her pop. Looks good. Wyatt is unpackaging all the new bolts for the weights for the rear. We got the AC on again because it's super hot out.
Very nice.
Show all the viewers what your t-shirt says for working out here. Yeah.
Very nice.
Very true. Okay. Me and Mrs. G's replacement.
Whoa.
Just got the glass all back in the door. All the new weather stripping on it. New door handle in it. Hinges are on. What else are we working on, Wyatt? Stuff and things. So we very carefully lifted up the front of the hood to get this line out. Right where the P-clip was on there, it rubbed through, and obviously when I had that line off, I didn't notice that, and just me, disturbing it made it leak immediately. So went to the old John Deere store, got a new line. No, I did not paint it. No, I do not care. We just got that fished in. We're finishing putting this freaking nightmare weather strip, gluing it on. Yesterday we
Oh my gosh.
man slapped 8 of those babies on there.
Oh my gosh.
Nice. Got a big ass now. New radio. It's got Bluetooth. A little more upgraded from the cassette player. New drawbar. Just painted that baby up. So I guess we'll set the hood back down without scratching it.
Oh yeah.
Put some side panels back on. Then we'll be ready to put the door back on.
All right, guys. Mrs. G here. This is the day we've been waiting for. The big reveal. Look at that baby shine. are pretty proud of this tractor. This is a long time coming. Long, hot summer. Hey, Mr. G.
She's a beaut, folks.
What's that?
Man, you can't beat how a 4440 sounds with a straight pipe on it. Well, there she is, everybody. I ended up putting side view extendable mirrors on both sides. And I got the third step kit for it. It just had 2 steps before. She turned out pretty darn beautiful. Buddy seat in it. Put a monitor shelf in it. I still have this, but I just ran out of time. I didn't put it on. Well, guys, this has been a long project. We're pretty proud of it. We got a lot of hours in it. I know a lot of you have asked if I am selling it or not. I haven't made that decision yet, so I'll let everybody know if I am going to sell it. But thanks for watching, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.